Namaste students.
Namaste sir.
Dear students, welcome to today's political science lesson on understanding the laws. Dear children, you all know law is very important. Without proper laws, I and you and others cannot behave properly in the society. The question is, what is a law? I will answer this. Listen to me. Law is a set of conduct rules established by an authority. This is one definition. Another definition is, law is a rule or set of rules enforceable by the courts. One more definition I will give you. Law is an instrument which regulates human behavior or conduct. Were you able to understand something? These are the three definitions about the law. You all know, children, without proper laws, society cannot function properly. Anywhere in the world, we need proper laws. Children, I am sure you are aware of certain laws. Prajna, are you familiar with some of the laws?
Yes sir, I am aware of age of voting.
Very good, very happy. Can you tell me what is the age of voting?
Yes sir, the voting age is 18 years.
Very good, Prajna. You have given a correct answer. Children, in our country, the age of voting earlier was 21 years. But in other countries, it used to be 18 years only. Therefore, according to the 61st Amendment Act, that is Constitutional Act, from 1988 onwards, the age of voting is reduced from 21 years. Now, all over the country, those who have reached the 18 years, they can vote and elect their representatives. Rachana, do you have any idea about the law?
Yes sir, I know about legal age of marriage.
Very good. Can you tell me what is the legal age of marriage?
Yes sir, for girls it is 18 years and boys it's 21 years.
Very good. You are given a very good answer. Children, in our country, child marriage was there in abundance. Even now it is there here and there. But the government has made a rule, the minimum legal age of marriage for girls, as you rightly said, is 18 and for boys it is 21. Bhuvana?
Yes sir.
Can you tell me about any law that you are aware of?
Yes sir. Traffic signal rules.
Very good. Let me answer, what is a traffic rule? You all know, when you want to cross the road, you have to see the traffic signal. If there is a red light, you have to wait. When the amber light comes, you are ready. And then when the green light comes, you have to move. Suppose if traffic signal rules are not followed, what will happen? Anybody can answer. What will happen?
Sir, accidents will happen.
Yes, you are right, Prajna. Suppose if you do not follow the traffic rules, then what happens? Vehicles may come and collide each other, resulting in accident, as you rightly pointed out. Can you tell me, Shamita, any rule that you are aware of?
Sir, I am aware of laws related to buying and selling of property.
Very good. Shamita, you are aware of this. I am very happy. Children, I would like to tell other things related to traffic. See, there is a saying, don't drink and drive. What will happen if a person drinks and then drives? What will happen, Bhuvana?
Sir, that the vehicles will crash down.
Yes, that means it results in accident.
Accident.
Therefore, we should never drink and then drive. And then there is one more thing. Traffic rules, traffic signal rules are different, traffic rules are different. What do you mean by traffic rules? I will tell you. You have to drive towards your left, and also when there are 2-3 roads coming, you have to wait, and also you have to observe the signs, that is traffic signs rules, and then you have to move. So these are some of the examples related to laws. If we follow the laws, things will work well and everyone will be safe. Children, I would like to tell you another important thing. In India, Parliament is in charge of making laws. Tell me what I have said, Prajna? Parliament is in charge of making laws.
Making laws.
All of you tell.
Parliament is
in charge
of making laws.
Very good. Do these laws apply to everyone? How new laws do come into effect? Could there be laws that are controversial or unpopular? What should we do as citizens under such circumstances? We are going to understand these things in the next coming discussion. Now, the first and the foremost thing is, do laws apply to everyone? I will give you children a situation. You listen to me carefully and think well before you answer my questions. This is the situation. A top government official helps his son go into hiding because his son has been given 10 years of jail sentence by the district court for his crime, because the son has committed a crime. The question is, do you think what the government official did is right? What do you say?
No, sir.
Very good. Rachana is right. No, because no one can violate the law just because his father is very rich, politically influential, economically strong. That does not mean they can violate the law. That is not allowed. So this is a very good example for what is known as violation of law. You know, dear children, the members of the Constituent Assembly very well said, in the independent India, there cannot be exercise of any arbitrary laws. That is the reason why they have established certain provisions in the constitution and they made it clear what is known as the rule of law. What is the meaning of rule of law? I will tell you. Law cannot discriminate between persons on the basis of their religion, caste, sex, or place of birth. Rule of law means all laws apply equally to all citizens of the country. No one is above the law. So and so may be very rich, so and so may be very politically popular and also very influential. He may be a minister, she may be a minister. Even President of India cannot be above the law. You understand? President of India is also not above the law. All of us will come under the law. This is called rule of law. We have to follow the law. You cannot say I am rich, therefore I can violate something like this. No. Everyone is just equal before the law. Suppose if anyone commits a crime or violates the law, there is a law is there and then punishment will be given to them as per the law of the land. The question is, was it like this always before? The answer is no. If we take our ancient India, the enforcement of certain laws were not uniform. Influential community people, they used to have degree of autonomy according to what they think, which is not correct. In ancient India, there were innumerable and often overlapping local laws. It used to be according to the influence of the person. But during the British colonial rule, this slightly changed. And now we have what is called the rule of law. It is often believed that British introduced the rule of law, but our historians dispute this. They say no. For two reasons they say. They say number one, during colonial rule, the law was arbitrary. Arbitrary means according to one's own whims and fancies they used to do. And the second important point, as historians point out, is it is the Indian nationalists. They started working on the legal sphere of law during the British colonial rule. Children, historians made a comment that during the colonial rule, the law of the Britishers were arbitrary. I will give you two examples to make you understand this. We don't respect what is known as arbitrary law. We want only the rule of law. See, for example, British Sedition Act of 1870. What is the meaning of this act? That is Sedition Act of 1870. If any Indian were to criticize or comment on the British government, the British could arrest such a person without any trial. Don't you think this is an arbitrary? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Yes, sir.
One more example I will give you. There was an act called Rowlatt Act of 1919. 10th March 1919. That is also an arbitrary law. The Britishers arrested according to this Rowlatt Act of 1919, two important persons, Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Saifuddin Kichlew. This was really very bad and Indians were very, very unhappy. And what they decided? They decided to protest against this Rowlatt Act. So, thousands of Indians, they assembled in Jallianwala Bagh Park to protest this, what the Britishers have done. At that time, what happened? General Dyer, it's a British officer, General Dyer, with his troops, he entered the park and without telling anything, only there was single door in that park. That door was closed. That is where people used to go out, exit, that was closed. And without any provocation, General Dyer asked his troop to fire. Thousands of people were killed. Thousands of people were injured. And it was really a huge and big tragedy. Where this happened? In Amritsar. Jallianwala Bagh is in Amritsar. It is really an unfortunate situation this General Dyer has created. So this is a clear case of British arbitrary law. You understand, children? We want only rule of law. Nobody will support exercising any type of arbitrary law. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Children, now let me summarize what we have learnt in today's class. To begin with, I mentioned about the definition of laws. You all understood the definition of laws?
Yes, sir.
Very good. And also I spoke about the rule of law. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And I also mentioned nobody is above the law, including the President of India. This you have understood, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Very good, children. And then I also mentioned during the ancient Indian times, there was no rule of law. Some people, influential people, they used to enjoy degree of autonomy according to their own ways. But this was changed during the British colonial rule. But it is believed that rule of law was established by the Britishers. But historians dispute this and they say no. Why they say no? For two reasons. Number one, during colonial rule, British laws were arbitrary. And it is during that time only Indian nationalists like Gandhiji and others, they worked for improving the legal sphere of law in our country. And also today you were able to learn the meaning of British Sedition Act of 1870 and also the Rowlatt Act of 1919. And I am sure you are all very sad to listen to Jallianwala Bagh tragedy. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I am also really very sorry to hear this and to feel how people were killed and how they suffered like that. So these are the things you have learnt in today's class. Children, now that you have understood about this lesson, I would like to give you some exercises, homework. Define law. Is there any need for law? The third question would be, what do you understand by rule of law? What type of laws were there during ancient India in our country? What is the meaning of Sedition Act of 1870 given by the British? What is the Rowlatt Act of 1919 of the British? And how Indian nationalists worked for improving the legal sphere in India during British time. These are some of the questions you have to answer. Please answer in your own words. Discuss among yourselves and show it to the teachers. Okay, would that be all right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Very happy.